It was well said of a certain German book that "Er las sich nicht lesen." It does not permit itself to be read. There are some secrets which do not permit themselves to be told. Now and then, alas, the conscience of man takes up a burden so heavy in horror that it can be thrown down only into the grave, and thus the essence of all crime is undivulged. Not long ago, about the closing in of an evening in winter, I sat at the large bow window of the D Coffee House in London. For some months I had been ill in health, but was now convalescent, and with returning strength, found myself in one of those happy moods.
Just let me know if you need any more, honey.
All right.
With a mug in my hand and a newspaper in my lap, I had been amusing myself for the greater part of the afternoon, now in poring over advertisements, and now in peering through the smoky panes into the street. At first my observations took an abstract and generalizing turn. I looked at the passengers and thought of them in their aggregate relations. Soon, however, I descended to details. The tribe of clerks was an obvious one, and here I discerned two remarkable. There were the junior clerks, young gentlemen with tight coats, bright boots, well-oiled hair, and supercilious lips. And the upper clerks. These were known by their right ears long used to pen-holding, and their watches. The gamblers were still more easily recognizable. They may be defined as the gentlemen who live by their wits. Of the first grade, the leading features are long locks and smiles, and of the second, frolic coats and crowns. There were the modest young girls, and then there were the women of the town, the unequivocal beauty in the prime of their womanhood. And of course, the drunkards, innumerable and indescribable. As the night deepened, so deepened to me the interest of the scene. With my brow to the glass, I was thus occupied in scrutinizing the mob, when suddenly there came into view a countenance which at once arrested and absorbed my whole. He was short in stature, very thin, and apparently very feeble. His clothes, generally, were filthy and ragged, but I caught a glimpse both of a diamond and of a dagger. These observations heightened my curiosity, and I resolved to follow the stranger whithersoever so he should go.
Thanks, Larry.
A second turn brought us into the square, and the old manner of the stranger reappeared. For For half an hour the old man held his way without difficulty along the great thoroughfare, and here I walked close through fear of losing sight of him, never once turning his head to look back. He did not observe me. At no moment did he see that I watched him. He entered shop after shop, priced nothing, spoke no word, and looked at all objects with a wild and vacant stare. I was surprised, however, to find, upon his having made the circuit of the square, that he turned and retraced his steps. Still, more was I astonished to see him repeat the same walk several times. In this exercise he spent another hour. I persisted in my pursuit of the stranger. I observed that he now took the course in which had gone the greater number of the audience, but, upon the whole, I was at a loss to comprehend the waywardness of his actions. I was now utterly amazed at his behavior, and firmly resolved that we should not part until I had satisfied myself in some measure respecting him.
We should have her make it.
He noticed me not, but resumed his solemn walk, while I, ceasing to follow, remained absorbed in contemplation. This old man, I thought at length, is the type and the genius of deep crime. He refuses to be alone. He is the man of the crowd. It will be in vain to follow, for I shall learn no more of him, nor of his deeds. Perhaps it is but one of the great mercies of God that er la sic nic lesan.